Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, we will be doing the legs, spikes, and final assembly of this dinosaur. First, we will do the front legs, and you will need 2 of these. To start, we will do 4 single crochet in a magic ring. Pull the ring tight. And once again, I like to use a stitch marker at the end of each round. In round 2, it's 4 increases, which brings you to 8 stitches in the round. In round 3, it is just 8 single crochet around. Now we can remove the stitch marker and close with a slip stitch. Cut the yarn, making sure to leave a tail for sewing. Once again, you will make 2 front legs. Next, we will start on the back legs. In round 1, we do 4 single crochet in a magic ring. In round 2, it's 4 increases, which brings you to 8 stitches in the round. For the next 2 rounds, so rounds 3 and 4, it is just 8 single crochet around. Remove the stitch marker and close with a slip stitch. Now we can cut the yarn, making sure to leave a long tail for sewing. Once again, you will be making 2 of these back legs. Now we will start on the spikes. I like to use 3 spikes, a small one on top of the head and 2 medium-sized ones at the back, but you can add more if you wish. First, we do the small spike. In round 1, it's 4 single crochet in a magic ring. In round 2, it's a single crochet, then an increase, and we do that twice to get up to 6 stitches in round 2. In round 3, it's 2 single crochet, then increase, and we do that twice to bring us up to 8 stitches. In round 4, it's 3 single crochet, then increase, and we do that twice to get up to 10 stitches. Remove the stitch marker and finish off with a slip stitch. Now we can cut the yarn and leave a long tail for sewing. Next, we are going to do the 2 medium spikes. For round 1, it's 4 single crochet in a magic ring. In round 2, it's single crochet, then increase, and we do that twice to get up to 6 stitches in round 2. In round 3, it's 2 single crochet, then an increase, and we do that twice to get 8 stitches. In round 4, it's 3 single crochet, then increase, and we do that twice to get 10 stitches. Round 5 is the last round for the medium spike, and that's 4 single crochet, then an increase, and we do that twice to get 12 stitches. Now we can close with a slip stitch and cut the yarn, making sure to leave a tail for sewing. Once again, I will be making 2 of these medium spikes, but you can make more if you wish. Now we are going to start sewing our pieces together. I like to start with the small spike on top of the head. First you will take the small tail left from the magic ring and insert that between rounds 1 and 2 at the front of the head. Pull that through to somewhere else on the piece, and then just shape it into an oval shape. Now we will take the long tail. Because you can sometimes see that step change with this oval shape, I just like to take the tail and insert it under that next stitch, just to make it a little bit more even. Now we can sew it onto the head. To do this, we take 1 stitch from the head and then go up into a stitch of the spike. Then we go down into the next stitch of the spike, and then grab another stitch from the head. As you're working, it's a good idea to just shape it out and make sure that you're working symmetrically. We will do this all around the spike. Once the spike is secure, insert your needle under the spike and bring it through to that same point as the other tail. Tie these 2 tails in a knot, cut the yarn, and then we can insert that knot into the piece. And that is the first spike done. Next we will work on the second spike, which is a medium size. Once again, we take the tail from the magic ring and insert that where we want that spike to go. Because I only have 3 spikes, I have about 2 rounds between the spikes. But if you have more spikes, they will need to be closer together. Bring that tail through, and now we will sew it on in exactly the same way as the first spike. We take the long tail and we insert it under that next stitch of the spike. Now once again we will grab a stitch from the body, go up into a stitch of the spike, and down into the next stitch of the spike. And we'll do that all the way around. Once again, it's a good idea every few stitches just to shape it out and make sure that you're working symmetrically. Now we bring that tail through to that same stitch and tie the knot, and then insert that knot into the piece. Now we have done the first 2 spikes. The third spike we will do in exactly the same way. My third spike will actually go slightly onto the tail. But once again, you can place this wherever you want. After the 3 spikes are completed, it should look like this. Now we are going to do the front legs. I like to place these on either side of the body, one round below the eyes. We will do this in exactly the same way as the spikes, by first taking that middle tail, bringing it through, and then sewing it on with the long tail. Now we will sew on the second front leg in exactly the same way. So as you're working, just keep checking it from the front and the top to make sure that it's symmetrical with the first leg. Now we will do the back legs in exactly the same way. I like to place these legs slightly in from the front legs, right at the bottom of the piece. Now for the last leg, once again we need to make sure it's symmetrical with that first one. Once all the legs are on, we will now start embroidering the cheeks. You will need about 30 centimeters or 1 foot of medium pink yarn. I like to start by inserting the needle somewhere at the back of the piece and bringing it through to the cheek area. So I will go 1 or 2 stitches below the eye and then up and right diagonally. And then across to the other side under the eye. and then up and left diagonally. Bring that tail through to where we started. Just check that these cheeks are symmetrical. In my case, I actually wanted to redo the left one. Now we can bring that tail through and knot it with the first tail. And we can insert that knot into the piece. And now the dinosaur should look something like this. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.